Welcome to Money Moves, brought to you by 274 Investment Managers, where we share the opportunity to learn about our personal money management. Our guest today on the show worked in the London fashion industry for 4 years before relocating to South Africa and starting her image consultancy business, Collusion. Khanyi Xaba joins us to discuss how one organizes your wardrobe and how your image in many ways relates to your ability to attract business and be successful in it. Khanyi, pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
And welcome. Well, you've been in London 4 years, and how was the gig like in London for that time?
Well, London was more fun than work, I think. When I initially got there, it was just to take a break from corporate South Africa because after school, I worked and I was in a job I didn't like. I studied something I didn't have a passion of. So I just decided to take a sabbatical. When I got there, I realized my passion in fashion. And that's how I got into the image consulting business. I did a course, I worked for an image consulting company, and yeah, the rest is history.
So the sort of journey of self-discovery in fashion happened in London?
Definitely.
Okay, and then the concept of Style Collusion was born there?
No, Style Collusion was actually born when I got back to South Africa because I had experience in the London fashion industry, but no one knew who Khanyi was in South Africa.
Yes.
So I had to sort of try and work from the beginning to build my name in South Africa. And I worked I did PR in fashion for a lot of South African designers. And that's how, after 2 years of doing that, I was like, I can do this for myself instead of working for someone else. Let me just have my own brand built from there.
Style Collusion. Now, the word collusion may suggest something underhanded, actually. Was it meant to be?
Not really. I just thought it sounds more powerful because, I mean, like you said, it's something that's sort of seen as an illegal takeover.
Yeah.
So for me, I just thought, okay, style, and I'm taking over the South African fashion industry, so it sort of sounded
what is this business of image consultancy and styling? So we're all on the same page, you know, because sometimes when people go window shopping or you look at the fashion retail store and you think that's the sum total of imaging and fashion anyway, you know, is it not the same thing?
Well, I guess they all one thing, right? So fashion and image are one thing, but image consulting is more, there's an aspect to it, like a lot of things to it. Firstly, it's working with individuals. There's corporate image consulting where people go into corporates to teach people how to dress, when you go into interviews, when you do pitches, and because as much as we think looking good is not important, people base their opinions on what they see firsthand, you know? So, like I said, there's different aspects to image consulting. There could be a housewife who just wants to look good, someone who's lost weight and wants a new wardrobe, someone who's going overseas that wants you to give them a good look for the trip. So, and then there's also styling for like red carpet looks and giving people tips and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, I understand all that, but you know, maybe it's the old way of thinking that you just walk into the shop and pick what you want to wear and off you go, and that's it.
But that's why you see people wearing the wrong clothes for their bodies because they don't understand their bodies.
Okay.
You see. So in image consulting, we teach people how to dress for their bodies, how to dress for their skin tones, because as much as us, Black people, have similar skin tones and we don't worry about color. Most colors look good on a darker tone. When you have a client who, for instance, is white and has red hair, there are certain colors that don't go with their skin tone and their hair color, and they look like undershadowed or whatever from that color. So it's little things like that that people don't really know about.
Well, let me get a free consultation with you here just for a minute. What is it? What colors should I wear and how, and what is it that you think would work for this?
Like you see, like I said, because of your skin tone, most colors would look good on you because, I mean, the contrast because your tone is darker, so colors make you look brighter. Even if you wear dark, like maybe a black suit, you'd still look colorful because you are lighter than what you're wearing. You know what I mean? So I think this color works very well for you.
All right.
And the pop of color in the shirt is good.
She's very polite. She's a guest.
No.
She doesn't have a choice.
No.
She knows I'll bump her off the show and say, you tell me stuff that's embarrassing to me. But thanks for being polite. I appreciate that. Let's talk about the relationship between fashion or the whole imaging thing in the corporate environment, in business, and how it affects your success in business.
I think, like I said, people base their opinions on looks. And as cliche as it sounds, first impressions last. So before you even say anything, just by people looking at you, they've already formed an opinion about you. You see, you can't walk into the boardroom in all-stars and a torn shirt, because that says something about you even before you even open your mouth. So there's a saying that goes, dress for the position you want, not the position you're in. So that on its own tells you how, when you're confident in what you look like, it actually comes out in everything else that you do.
And in terms of money now, consulting with your different clients and yourself as a business person, what are the lessons that you've learned in the way money works?
Firstly, comparing the South African industry to London, I can tell you there's still a long way to go in terms of the business that I do. Not a lot of people think, first of all, most people think they can dress themselves and they don't need an image consultant. If that's not the way of thinking, other people think you need to have a lot of money for you to have an image consultant. So I think in the business, it's just teaching people why they need an image consultant, what the benefits of having an image consultant are, and I think we're well on our way to it. Yeah.
And for you personally, in terms of money issues, have you learned any lessons? Having spent time in London and now running your own business. If you don't, I've heard things like manage your cash flow, make sure you save some money. Otherwise, you tell me.
I think working for yourself means you need to be disciplined. You need to know how and when to use the money. You need to differentiate because the first 2 years of business, you don't really give yourself a salary. Like, you don't get paid. And I've been in the business now for 3 years. And I can tell you, like, I was taking money out of the business just for my lifestyle as well. So it's a learning curve, and you know what you did wrong. So every year you just need to do right what you did wrong the previous year.
And the people who you think are ready for that image consultancy thing, people in business or professionals in particular, which between the two?
Individuals and companies, because I work with both, and through doing talks in business, you find individual clients that will actually come up to you and say, actually, I think I need your services. So I think for me, with every project that I have, I sort of take it as the last project and I give it my all. So that because, the business that I'm in, it's through word of mouth. So if I give you a consultation and you're happy with what I've done to you, you can tell the next person that, hey, this is this girl who does this and this and this. So yeah, it's just about treating every client and every business as your last.
Money tip that you may have for us, for any person who is still finding their way in business in particular, or even still relatively new in their profession. Out of your 3-year experience, what is the key lesson?
I think use your finances wisely. If you must hire someone to advise you, do that. Because sometimes we just think having a business is just getting money and using that. It's not a salary. And if you want your business to be sustainable, you need to have money put aside for rainy days. Because like I said, not every month is the same. Some months are better than others. And you just need to have something that's going to sustain you.
Exactly. Agreed with you. Much appreciated. Khanyi, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
And I thought she was going to actually pitch for business. Say there are so many things that we can do for you. So we could then give you the business. She says, I'm fine as I am.
You look good.
So far, so good. Thank you very much for having been our guest.
Thank you.
And that's Khanyi Xaba who was featured tonight as an image consultant stylist. And of course, it's got a lot to do with how you conduct your business, and of course shared with us her tip as well. Until next time, we'll bring you Money Moves.